Hey guys, so you're watching my first weekly reading vlog and I can't wait for you to watch it and for me to do it. I've been watching those kinds of videos since 2015 and I'm finally having the courage to start my own channel and do my own types of videos and do weekly reading vlogs and etc. But let's talk about books. So this week I want to read 3 books particularly and then maybe try to finish some other books. I really have been in a reading slump for the past like 1 year and I'm finally getting out of it. It was awful. So now I'm trying to read fantasies, contemporary, some classics that I haven't read. So these 3 books are new releases. They are amazing. That's what I've been hearing, so I can't wait. The first one is Serpent and Dove, and look at this amazing cover. I'm sure you have seen it everywhere. So this will be the first book that I'm gonna start this week. So the second one is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, and I heard about this book from Books with Chloe and she loved it, so I want to try it for myself and see if we have the same taste or not. And the final one is Frankly in Love. So these 3 books have been circling all around BookTube, so you know them, but I haven't read them. So let's try to read these 3 books this week. I have them all in audio as well, so I think I'm gonna start listening to the audio and read along, and let's see what happens. Okay, so quick update about the book. It's around 7 o'clock, so it's been like 3-4 hours since I updated you, since I started the book, and I think I'm gonna finish it today. I'm listening to 2.0 speed on script. On Audible. I found the book there and I had 2 credits, so I downloaded it. What can you do? I'm actually here on page 376, so it's around 140 pages left in the book. I really love it. I am not gonna say any spoilers, so you can listen without worrying about me spilling some tea. So let's talk about the book. I really loved firstly that every character has its own chapter, so we can fully understand what they are thinking at that particular moment. We can see why they do the things they do, and we have a clear point of everything that's happening in their head. That's the first thing that I love. I really love books that have own voices in them. So things I didn't love, I understand that the book is set in medieval France. That's what I'm thinking. but I didn't love the all the French words that are just there in the book everywhere. So I don't know French, and it was confusing for me, and I didn't like it. I don't understand why these words should be here and why they are not translated in English. I see the point, but I just don't like it. There was this moment that I was waiting for, and Reed, the main character, the main male character, didn't exactly do what I thought he was gonna do. So I was a little, let's say a little, but it was a lot. I was disappointed in his action, but let's set that aside. The romance is really, I liked it, but it was strange because it happened so fast and so easily. Like one page they hated each other, and the next one they just loved each other, and I couldn't understand how and why everything happened so fast. I know that the title of the second book is already out there. You can see it in GOODREADS. I don't remember it right now, but I hope this is a duology. I prefer 2 books rather than 3. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this book today. So it's a really fast read. It's so easy to get into the story. The words are really easy. I don't know, it reads easily. So let me finish the book, and I think I'm gonna update you tomorrow and maybe start Frankly in Love. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do that. Frankly in Love, I have read the first chapter when I was on vacay in my home country. So I'll start listening to Frankly in Love maybe tomorrow, but it's really a small book. As you can see, it's a lot smaller than Serpent and Dove, so I think if I like it, I can finish it tomorrow. But yeah. Hey guys, so let me put you right here. Today is a brand new day. It's so dark outside, there's no sun, but let's start with the new day. So last night I finished Serpent and Dove. Where is the book? I think it's on the shelf. If you are wondering, my husband bought me a bookshelf, so we were trying to rearrange this room because it was so small and the bed is so big, it's over there, and I couldn't put anything in this room, and I wanted to make it like a craft room or something. So finally we rearranged the room, and now I have a bookshelf and all the books are there. So this is a story for another video, and I'm gonna make another video how I organize my craft room, my reading room and all that. But let me update you. So today I finished Serpent and Dove. It was amazing. I was wondering how many stars to give the book, 4 or 5, but finally I decided to give it 5 stars just because well, this is so strange, but just because of 2 chapters in the book, I decided to give the book 5 stars. Here you go. So I never do that, but there was something about these chapters that I really loved. I really fell in love with the book right there when I read the chapters. So I decided to give it 5 stars, and maybe in a couple of days when I think about the book again, I will lower the rating. This usually happens, but for right now, after finishing the book, I decided to give it 5 stars, and I'm going with that. Now I'm reading Frankly in Love. As I told you yesterday, I was on chapter 2. I read only 1 chapter, and then as I told you, I was on vacay, so I didn't want to read. I wanted to see my family, my friends, etc. So now I'm reading the book. I'm nowhere. I'm on chapter 5, but there is something about this book. It's a contemporary, and I love reading those kinds of books. I'm not only a fantasy book reader, so to say. I love different genres, and this book is so easily written. Well, it reads really easily. It's so relatable, even though I'm not Korean, obviously, or my parents' ethnicity is the same. I somehow can relate to this book. I can relate to this book through my friends, through my and through the people I meet in America. So I really find that aspect, the racial part of this book, fascinating, and I really love that. But there are some things in the book that I don't like he was licking the girl's hair, or I don't know, some crazy shit. Yeah, I want to know what is all this about. I think I told you that already, but it's a beautiful book, and I can't wait to read it, to see if I like it. It's really small, it's 400 pages, and I think the last contemporary I read was his wife's book, so so I'm expecting a lot, because I loved her two books. And yeah, I'll update you maybe later today when I finish it, or if I'm halfway through, I'll update you. We'll see. Hey guys, it's Thursday and I just finished Wicked Fox by Kat Chu. It took me 2 days. I was listening to the audiobook, I was reading the physical book. I'll give it 2 stars just because I couldn't relate to anything in the book. It was interesting, but not so much for me particularly. I was glad I learned something about the Korean folklore and everything, but it just wasn't for me. Also, just because I was so bored reading this one and I was on the verge of DNFing it, I started reading the 2nd volume of Orange. It was amazing, but again not so much, just because I loved the first book. I read it last month and it was my favorite book of the month, and this one is not. Also, there is this this small story at the end. Let me see what was the name. Yeah, it was Haruhiro Astronaut. Yeah, it looks like this, and it's really small, so you get not only the 2nd one of the Orange series but also this short story. I didn't know that, that's why I'm telling you. And I didn't love how the comics finished, but it was okay. I was expecting really a lot more in the story, but I didn't get it. I think just because I loved so much the first part, I was left a little bit disappointed in the 2nd one, just because the first one was so good that I was expecting the 2nd one to be even better, but it was actually worse. So that's that. And now I'm going to journal a little bit and maybe talk to you later in the week.